Dr. Robert Fuller. He is the former president of Oberlin College, and he writes about rankism and its antidote, dignity. He is also the author of Religion and Science, A Beautiful Friendship. Today we are talking about religion and science. Now, Dr. Fuller, most people can agree on one thing. Religion and science don't mix. Your new book describes the exact opposite. Why do you believe that religion and science can actually align?
I think it comes down to what we mean by belief. We either mean that beliefs are eternal truths that will never be doubted, that are unambiguous and set in stone, or we believe that beliefs are useful approximations to an ever-receding truth. That's the view of science. Science doesn't believe in any of its theories. Science is always questioning, always skeptical, always looking for a better theory. So when people criticize, say, evolution as just a theory, the answer of a scientist is, what else could it be? Everything is a theory. Thing about evolution, though, is it's an extremely good theory. It accounts for all the facts we know, and it's very useful in planning agriculture and in inventing new drugs like penicillin. So until we have a better theory, evolution is where we're going to place our bets. And religion could just as well adopt that view of belief as the view that its ideas are set in stone. And many religious people do adopt exactly that idea of religion. They think of it as moral truths that can be improved, that can be changed with time. For example, the world's attitude towards gender, towards sexual preference, sexual orientation, towards racial questions, our attitudes on those things, not just American attitudes, but attitudes worldwide, have changed enormously in the last century. Religion, by and large, supported racism in the United States in the first half of the 20th century, but by the second half, religion was beginning to come out in favor of integration. So religion changes its attitudes on fundamental questions. It's now in the same process of changing its attitudes around questions of same-sex marriage and homosexuality. Religion and science both evolve their views. So why not put them in that, why not embrace that idea and take the point of view that both religion and science have made some great discoveries. Both of them can continue to improve our understanding, but that we don't want to ever attach ourselves to fixed beliefs. If we do attach ourselves to a fixed belief, let it be a belief of the kind that is more like aesthetic. You can have different rituals in different religions. These are not really beliefs. These are just different ways of behaving that do no one else any harm. And the difference in rituals is not really a problem. So we shouldn't let that divide science and religion. And the difference but the difference, if one of these disciplines is going to attach on to certain beliefs and hang on for dear life forever regardless, then that discipline is going to disadvantage itself. And one of the reasons, and religious people have to acknowledge this, one of the reasons that the attendance in Christian religions in Europe and America is falling so rapidly from close to 100% down to single digits in the last century is because of this attachment to fixed beliefs. Let go of it and rejuvenate religion.
I can definitely understand that. However, the whole basis of it is the assumption that science is proof. Now, granted, there are some theories that can't be proved, but a lot of science is based on factual proof, and religion is strictly belief. How do you get around this?
Religion isn't strictly belief. I mean, religion has principles in it that can be tested too, like the golden rule, like the notion of equal dignity for everybody. These are deep moral principles and truths which we may be able to improve upon, but nobody can so far. They seem to be true wherever we look, and every culture has a variant of them. It's the same with science. There are no exceptions yet to Einstein's theory of relativity, but he fully expected there would be eventually. He said he could hardly wait to see a better theory than his own theory. Still, however, there's been no fault found with it, although they thought they had it just a year ago, but then Einstein was vindicated once again. So what I'm saying is science, yes, it pretends it proves things, but it never really does, because a single exception to the theory can invalidate the theory, and there may be one any day now. So scientists don't think of their theorems as proven. They think of them as proven until they're disproven. In other words, they hold them with skepticism. They're always on the lookout for a better theory. Religion could do the same and rejuvenate itself completely and engage young people once again. But if it's going to insist on absolute truths that are really just preferences of rituals, it's going to alienate people increasingly and find that only people who lack a global education can be interested in their doctrines.
I see. Well, in some of your articles and even in your book, you speak about models. What are they, and how do they correlate with both science and religion?
Well, a model is just a simulation of something. It's an idea of how something might work. For example, Genesis provides a model of the creation of the earth and life on earth, and human beings in particular. And that's one model. You can think of it as a primitive science model. Science has come a lot further. It now understands the creation of the whole universe, the galaxies, the sun, the earth, life on earth, the DNA, origins of the ability to replicate. Science particularizes early models, which then become known as myths. The early models still retain a certain beauty, and we think of them affectionately, but we don't rely on them to get things done. We use the best models we have. So the model framework is a larger framework than either religion or science. It's a framework within which we can look at religious models and find fault with them or find that they're correct, and the same with science models. And the scientific idea of fallibility is at the core of the most successful investigatory strategy humans have ever come up with. Think of your ideas as fallible. Try to improve them. Then try to improve them again. Never give up. Keep trying to improve them. This should apply across the board to all fields of inquiry, from science to religion and everything in between.
Great. That's amazing. And I couldn't agree with you more. This has been Dr. Robert Fuller with Askimo TV.